Alright, inspired by Satha's recent mapping videos, I thought I would do a little video where I walk you through how to use some of the new architectural models that I made for Dark Mod 2.05. There's about 300 new models in that expansion. Probably about 200 of them are architectural modules, which basically mean they're little pieces of architecture that you can snap together to create pretty intricate buildings and streets and things of that nature. So I thought I would do just a little video series on how easy it is to use them and the kinds of things that you can create with them. So to start with, I thought what I'd do is take a look at the different module sets. So all of them are under architecture. So go to Dark Mod, Architecture, Modules, and then there are a whole series of different module sets. Now when I started making these, I did not think through my naming scheme very well. I should have organized these much better. Right now, for example, an interior set is entirely just in the base modules folder. There's interior ones here. Interior mansion, sewer tunnels are interiors, and all the exteriors are under this folder. City walls and etc. This one, stone industrial, can be used either interior or exterior, so I just put it under the main folder. The folder naming sequence could have been done better, but I was sort of doing this as I went and didn't really plan ahead as far as I should have. So to begin with, I think what we'll do is take a look at the Timber 01 series, which is the largest series of modules and will be used primarily for outdoor scenes, but can be used indoors as well, especially for basements and things like that. The default wall is pretty basic. It can be used indoors, and I did that in the prologue mission in the basement. It's done using these walls. So although it says exterior, you can use them in interior as well. So a few things about these. Let's start by placing one of these. Okay, so within an 8x8 grid, you can see that the modules are designed to kind of snap to these large squares here, which can be helpful for placing them. And the way they're set up, you can just easily clone them. So you've got one selected, just hit space to clone, and you move it over to the side. It instantly snaps to the one beside it. So they meet up very easily. There's no gaps. Another thing that's really easy is that once you have several modules placed, you can then change them. So let's say that you've laid out this wall here and decided that this is kind of plain, you don't like the fact that they're all the same, and you want to add a little bit of variety. Maybe put a window here. So I'm going to select that one, go to Model, choose Model, and then any wall on here, any door, any window, let's say I want a door there, any of these that I want to place are all positioned exactly the same way so that you can replace them very easily. So let's say I just want a more interesting wall. Hit OK, and this fits exactly into the same spot and lines up exactly the same way that the other one did. So you don't have to move or adjust anything. And let's say I want a window. Let's put two windows on the outside. So again, go to Model, choose Model, go down to Windows. Maybe I'll put that one here and select this and go to Model, choose Model, and let's say, let's put maybe a covered window there. There. Now instantly look at the variety that you've got in that one stretch of wall just by selecting different models. You don't have to move or shift anything around. Another good thing that you can do is skins. So if you click on this, now there's no skin there right off the bat, so let's just put a fake one in so we can choose a skin. You'll see here there's lots of different skins that we can choose from. I don't know where these two came from. They're not really ideal for this set, but the rest of them are ones that I created specifically for this. So there's rough textures for more rundown, poor areas. There's plastered. There's sort of the default. There's brick, which can look a little bit more upscale, different stone ones. There's where's the really, yeah, the dirty plaster. And all of these skins will work on any wall. So let's say I decide that I want kind of a more dirty plaster. So that's like that. Now I can take that skin and I can go like this and like this and like this and apply it to all of them. And now they're all that same texture. So again, very quick to change the look of things. So one of the things that you can do is you can block out your buildings using just a single wall segment, get the building placed the way you want, and then decide where do I want windows, where do I want doors, what I want the walls to look like, and you can apply it to all the sections sort of at the same time. There is one little, I don't know if it's a bug, but something that didn't quite work out here is that not all of the module pieces give you the option for all the skins. So if I choose this, if you look at wall number 4, it's actually missing all the skins that it has these two for some reason, but it's missing all the skins that I put on the other modules, but they still work. You just can't select them directly under matching skins. If you went and looked for them, they'd be somewhere here under all skins. I don't know exactly where you would look for them, but rather than waste all that time doing that, you can just do this. Choose them on one of the other ones, select the skin, click, and hit that to apply. And you instantly can change it. And that will work for any module that is part of the Timber 01 set. So even if I forgot to add that model specifically to the list of skins, know that skins will still work on it. Okay, another important feature about these modules, although they do snap together very well horizontally, they are not designed to snap together at corners. So what do you do if you want a corner? So I'm going to hit space and then rotate this. And now if you look over here, they do not snap. There's no way to really get those buildings to snap. The sides of the modules and the backs of the modules are not designed to be seen by the player. So I did not put any effort into making them look good. You are not meant to see the other side. So what do you do in the corners? Well, that is where corner modules come in. So if you look here, you will find things called spacers and corner spacers. We'll talk about spacers later, but corner spacers are meant to hide those corners. This is sort of the default. There's also a tall one for 2-story buildings. There's kind of a rougher one that doesn't have a top or a bottom to it. So we're going to take this one. And the idea is that the corner spacer is meant to go right in the corner here, and it is meant to kind of overlap the edge of the building so that this module ends inside that corner module, and then this one you can move so that it ends inside that corner module. So now if you were to walk around this building, you don't see any gaps. It looks quite like it goes together, but that's because this corner module is hiding the gap that would otherwise be there. That is something you have to get used to with working with modules, is that corners have to be hidden. The same thing works if you had an internal corner. So let's say you had a corner like this. So maybe it was at the end of an alley or something like that. Then you would do the same thing. It hides the gap, hides where they meet, but you do it like that. So those corner pieces are for hiding corners. There are at least 3. I think there might be 1 or 2 other ones you can use as corners. The same thing is now when you're dealing with additional floors. So let's just say that I want to make an additional floor. I hit space, I move this up, I have an instant additional floor. These are meant to overlap a little bit, so I usually, I don't want to bring it quite that far down, so let's go to a 4 grid. I like to bring mine down and out a little bit because the second floors of buildings at the time tended to jut out at least a little bit. You can actually bring it out quite a bit more, and there's spacers you can use, but if you want, you can just sort of merge them like that, and there you go. There's your second floor. That's how easy it is. You just clone, place, and if you don't want them to match exactly what's down there, you just do well, actually, you don't even have to go through this. Let's say that you have one already you want. Select that. Select the ones you want to apply it to, and there you go. Now, one glitchy thing, at least with the dark gradient I'm using, I haven't updated mine in a while, is that when you select a new skin, it doesn't update it. So you just have to remember that, yeah, those are using the proper skins. They're just not showing the proper skins right now. Newer versions of dark gradient may have fixed that. I just haven't updated in a while. Let's, for the heck of it, make that a door just so it's a little different. There. And again, because I changed the model, it's now showing the default skin as opposed to the skin that is on there. So the skin is there, it's just not showing at the moment. If we were to save and come back to this map, you'd see the correct skin. So already we've got a pretty cool looking wall here in a very short amount of time. So we'll take that as our introduction to the Timber 01 modules. And in the next video, we'll start looking at how you would use these modules to map out a simple city street.